The rain-slicked streets of Chicago gleamed under the streetlights as Sadie slammed the door of her family's old Victorian home, her heart shattering like the thunder cracking overhead. "You're a disgrace, a sinner," her mother's voice echoed from the porch, the words slicing deeper than any knife. As Sadie clutched her suitcase, the weight of years of financial support suddenly feeling like chains she'd finally broken. In that moment, with tears mixing with the downpour, she knew leaving wasn't just escape, it was survival. Sadie Thompson had always been the golden child, the one who made it out of the dusty confines of her small Illinois hometown and into the glittering chaos of New York City. Born in Peoria, where cornfields stretched endlessly and church steeples pierced the sky like accusatory fingers, Sadie grew up in a family that clung to tradition like a lifeline. Her father, a factory worker laid off during the recession, and her mother, a devout Catholic homemaker, raised 4 kids on prayers and perseverance. But Sadie was different, sharp-minded, ambitious, and quietly defiant. She earned a scholarship to NYU, majored in finance, and climbed the corporate ladder at a Wall Street firm, becoming a senior analyst by 28. Every month without fail, she wired money home. For her sister's college tuition, her brother's medical bills after a car accident, even the mortgage when Dad's pension fell short. She was their wallet, as her siblings joked in family group chats. But to Sadie it was love, unconditional, unwavering. Yet beneath the facade of the perfect daughter, Sadie harbored a secret that gnawed at her soul. She had known since high school that her heart beat for women, not men. Stolen glances at cheerleaders, a crush on her English teacher. These were whispers she silenced with work and distance. In New York, anonymity was her shield. She dated casually, but nothing stuck until she met Jordan Reyes at a rooftop networking event in Manhattan. Jordan, with her warm brown eyes, curly hair cascading like a waterfall, and a laugh that lit up the skyline, was a graphic designer from Brooklyn. They bonded over shared stories of immigrant roots. Jordan's parents from Puerto Rico, Sadie's grandparents from Ireland, and a mutual love for indie films and late-night diner runs. Their first date was pure magic. A stroll through Central Park in autumn, leaves crunching underfoot, hot cider warming their hands. "You know," Jordan said, her voice soft as the fading sunlight, "I've never met someone who makes the city feel small, like it's just us." Sadie's heart raced. For the first time she felt seen, not as the provider or the success story, but as herself. They fell into a rhythm, weekend brunches in Greenwich Village, stolen kisses in subway cars, building a world where Sadie could breathe freely. Jordan's family, vibrant and accepting, welcomed Sadie with open arms during Thanksgiving in Queens, a stark contrast to the tense calls home where Sadie dodged questions about finding a nice guy. But cracks began to form. Sadie's sister Emily, the one she put through nursing school, started probing during video calls. "When are you coming home, Sadie? Mom misses you. And hey, any boyfriends?" Sadie laughed it off, but the pressure mounted. She confided in Jordan one night, curled up on their couch overlooking the Hudson. "They depend on me, Jor. If they knew, it could break everything." Jordan held her close. "Love shouldn't come with conditions. You're worth more than their expectations." Those words lingered, a seed of courage planted in fertile soil. The turning point came during a family crisis. Dad had a heart scare, hospital bills piling up like autumn leaves. Sadie flew back immediately, checkbook in hand, covering everything. But while sorting mail in the living room, Emily found a photo on Sadie's phone, her and Jordan, arms entwined at pride. The confrontation was swift and brutal. "What is this?" Emily demanded, eyes wide with shock. Mom overheard, her face paling. "Sadie Andra, tell me this isn't true. You're one of them." The word "them" hung like a noose. Dad, recovering in bed, muttered about sin and hellfire. That night, arguments escalated, tears, Bible verses hurled like weapons, accusations that Sadie's lifestyle was a betrayal of their values. Sadie tried to explain, her voice trembling. "It's who I am, Mom. I love Jordan. She's good for me." But the response was a wall of rejection. "We raised you better. This is the devil's work." Emily, whom Sadie had supported through breakups and bad jobs, sided with them. "How could you do this to us? After all we've been through." The hypocrisy stung. Sadie had been their rock, yet her truth was a fracture too deep. She left that night, suitcase packed, wiring one last sum before blocking their numbers. Back in New York, Jordan waited with open arms, but the wound festered. Sadie threw herself into work, but nights were haunted by memories of family dinners, laughter now tainted. As winter blanketed the city, Sadie and Jordan's relationship deepened amid the storm. They attended therapy together, unpacking the layers of guilt and abandonment. Jordan's quiet strength became Sadie's anchor. "You're not alone anymore," she'd whisper during walks along the Brooklyn Bridge, city lights reflecting in the water like stars. Yet, doubt crept in. Was love worth the exile? Sadie wondered if she'd ever heal the rift, or if walking away was the only path to freedom. Months blurred into a haze of routine for Sadie, her days filled with spreadsheets and conference calls, nights with Jordan's comforting presence. But the silence from home echoed louder than any argument. No calls, no texts, just the occasional email from Emily begging for more money, phrased as family needs. Sadie ignored them, her resolve hardening like ice on the East River. She focused on building a new life, joining an LGBTQ+ support group in Chelsea, where stories of rejection mirrored her own, fostering a sense of community she'd never known in Peoria. "Family isn't always blood," the group leader said, and those words became her mantra. Jordan, ever the optimist, planned surprises to lift Sadie's spirits. A picnic in Prospect Park, tickets to a Broadway show about forbidden love. Their romance blossomed in subtle ways. Handwritten notes tucked into lunch bags, slow dances in their tiny apartment to old jazz records. "I see your strength, Sadie," Jordan murmured one evening, as they watched the sunset from their fire escape. "You're rewriting your story." Sadie smiled, but inside a storm brewed. She missed the simplicity of home, the smell of Mom's apple pie, Dad's gruff hugs, even Emily's sarcastic banter. The betrayal cut deep. How could the people she'd sacrificed for turn so quickly? The conflict escalated when Sadie received a wedding invitation from her cousin in Chicago. It was a family affair, and the note from Mom read, "We hope you'll come, but please no guests." The implication was clear: Jordan wasn't welcome. Sadie crumpled the card, tears flowing. "They want me there as the old Sadie, the straight one," she told Jordan, who held her through the sobs. "But that's not me." Jordan suggested therapy for the family, but Sadie shook her head. They'd never. Instead, she RSVP'd no, a small act of defiance that felt like a victory. Work provided distraction, but drama lurked there too. Sadie's boss, a no-nonsense woman named Carla, noticed her distraction and pulled her aside. "Thompson, you're off your game." Spill. In a moment of vulnerability, Sadie shared her story. Carla, openly gay herself, nodded empathetically. "Family rejection is a beast. But you've got a chosen family here." She promoted Sadie to lead a major project, a vote of confidence that reignited her fire. Success tasted sweeter now, unburdened by obligations. Yet fate twisted the knife. Emily showed up unannounced at Sadie's office one crisp spring day, looking haggard. "Sadie, please. Dad's worse, another surgery. We need help." The plea hung in the air, laced with unspoken conditions. Sadie's heart ached, but anger surged. "You called me a sin, Em. Remember? And now you want my money." Emily's eyes welled. "We were scared. Mom's praying for you every day." It was a half apology, but the damage was done. Sadie wrote a check, one last time, but with boundaries. "This is goodbye unless you accept all of me." Emily left, promising change, but Sadie doubted it. Jordan sensed the turmoil and planned a getaway to the Hamptons, where ocean waves crashed like forgotten arguments. They walked hand in hand on the beach, sand warm underfoot. "What if we start our own traditions?" Jordan asked, her voice carrying over the surf. Sadie nodded, envisioning holidays with friends, a future unbound by past hurts. But that night a call shattered the peace. Dad had passed. Guilt crashed over Sadie like a tidal wave. She flew back alone, Jordan respecting her need for space. The funeral was a minefield. Relatives whispered, eyes judging. Mom embraced her stiffly. "He loved you, you know." Sadie nodded, throat tight. Emily pulled her aside. "We miss you. Come home." But the subtext was clear: no Jordan, no acceptance. Sadie stood at the graveside, rain mingling with tears, whispering goodbye to more than just her father. Returning to New York, she collapsed into Jordan's arms. "I feel like an orphan." Jordan held her. You're not. We're family now. As summer bloomed, Sadie channeled grief into action. She volunteered at a queer youth center in Harlem, mentoring kids facing similar rejections. One teen, Mia, reminded her of herself. Scared, resilient. My parents kicked me out, Mia shared. Sadie's story inspired her. You can build anew. It was cathartic, turning pain into purpose. Jordan joined, their bond strengthening through shared altruism. But betrayal loomed again. Emily, in a desperate bid, outed Sadie to extended family via a group email, framing it as a prayer request. The backlash was swift. Unfriending on social media, silent judgments. Sadie confronted her. Why? After everything. Emily's response. I thought it would bring you back to God. The hypocrisy fueled Sadie's resolve. She cut ties fully, changing her number, focusing on healing. With the severance from her blood family complete, Sadie delved deeper into her life with Jordan, transforming sorrow into a tapestry of new beginnings. They moved to a cozy brownstone in Brooklyn, filling it with art from Jordan's studio and books from Sadie's collection. Weekends became adventures. Hiking in the Catskills where crisp air cleared the mind. Exploring food trucks in Williamsburg, flavors bursting like newfound joy. This is us, Jordan said during a sunset hike, her hand in Sadie's. No apologies. Sadie agreed, the weight lifting incrementally. Professionally, Sadie thrived. Her promotion led to a high-profile deal with a tech startup, earning her accolades in industry circles. At a gala in Midtown, she met influential figures, including a senator advocating for LGBTQ+ rights. Your story matters, the senator told her over champagne. Inspired, Sadie started a blog anonymously, sharing tales of financial independence amid family estrangement. It gained traction, readers commenting, "You gave me hope." Vulnerability became her superpower. Yet, echoes of the past haunted quiet moments. Dreams of Peoria. Family barbecues, childhood laughter, woke her in sweats. Jordan noticed, suggesting couples counseling. We're strong, but let's stay that way. Sessions unearthed layers. Sadie's fear of abandonment, Jordan's worry of being second to ghosts. They emerged closer, communicating with raw honesty. One evening after a session, Jordan proposed a road trip across America. Let's reclaim the country that shaped you. Sadie hesitated, then agreed. A journey of reconciliation with herself. They set off in a rented convertible, top down, wind whipping through their hair. From New York to Chicago, stopping at landmarks. The Statue of Liberty, symbolizing freedom. Amish country in Pennsylvania, a nod to simple roots. In Ohio, they visited a queer-friendly farm, picking apples and sharing stories with owners who'd faced similar exiles. Love wins, the farmer said, handing them cider. Sadie felt a spark. America's vastness mirroring her internal landscape, full of contradictions and beauty. Arriving in Chicago, Sadie faced her demons. They drove past her childhood home, windows lit warmly. Want to stop? Jordan asked gently. Sadie shook her head. Not yet. Instead, they explored the city's vibrant scene. Millennium Park's been reflecting their smiles, a jazz club in the Loop where they danced cheek to cheek. But fate intervened. A chance encounter with Emily at a coffee shop downtown. Emily, spotting them, approached hesitantly. Sadie. Hi. The air thickened with unspoken words. Over lattes, Emily apologized tearfully. I was wrong. Dad's death opened my eyes. I've been reading, learning about everything. She glanced at Jordan respectfully. I'm sorry for the pain. Sadie's walls cracked. It hurt him. Deeply. They talked for hours, bridging gaps with tentative steps. Emily revealed Mom's softening stance, attending a PFLAG meeting. She misses you. Sadie promised to think about it, leaving with a hug. Fragile hope blooming. The trip continued westward, through the Badlands' rugged beauty, symbolizing resilience. Mount Rushmore, a reminder of flawed heroes. In Denver, they attended a pride festival, colors exploding like fireworks. Sadie felt empowered, texting Emily photos. Responses came warmly. Looks fun. Proud of you. The betrayal's sting faded, replaced by cautious optimism. Back home, high drama struck when Sadie's blog went viral after a feature in a national magazine. Reporters called, wanting interviews. But with exposure came backlash. Anonymous hate mail from conservative relatives, echoing old wounds. One night, a brick shattered their window scrawled with slurs. Fear gripped them, but Jordan stood firm. We report it, we fight. Police investigated, community rallied. Neighbors held a vigil, candles flickering in solidarity. The incident deepened their bond. Sadie proposed to Jordan under the Brooklyn Bridge, ring glinting in moonlight. Through storms and sun, you're my home. Jordan accepted, tears of joy. Wedding planning became a whirlwind. Venue in Central Park, guest list of chosen family. Invites went to Peoria, a olive branch. Emily RSVP'd yes, bringing mom. The reunion at the airport was emotional. Hugs, apologies. I was blind, mom admitted. Forgive me. Sadie nodded. We're family, evolving. The wedding was magical. Vows exchanged amid cherry blossoms, toasts to new beginnings. Dad's absence lingered, but his spirit felt present in the love surrounding them. Post-honeymoon, Sadie balanced worlds. Visits home where acceptance grew slowly. Advocacy work, speaking at events. Jordan's designs featured queer themes, their life a testament to resilience. Married life suited Sadie and Jordan, a harmonious blend of careers and companionship. They honeymooned in Hawaii, volcanic landscapes mirroring their passionate journey. Fiery trials forging unbreakable bonds. Back in Brooklyn, routine settled. Morning coffees on the stoop, evening walks with their rescue dog, Luna. Sadie's finance role expanded to consulting for nonprofits, channeling her skills toward equality causes. Jordan's graphic design business boomed, creating campaigns for LGBTQ+ organizations. Together, they hosted dinners for friends, laughter echoing off walls adorned with memories. But life's drama never fully receded. A year in, Emily called with news. She was pregnant and struggling financially. I hate asking, but... Sadie paused, old patterns resurfacing. Jordan advised. Help if it feels right, but on your terms. Sadie sent support, but with conversations about growth. We're in this together now, she said. Emily's gratitude was genuine, visits increasing. Mom joined one, baking pies in their kitchen, tentative bonds reforming. Conflict arose when a conservative uncle, learning of the marriage, disinvited them from a family reunion. Not with that lifestyle. Hurt flared, but Sadie stood tall. Then we're out. It sparked a family schism. Some sided with tradition, others with love. Emily defended. Sadie is family, period. The fallout was painful but clarifying. Sadie realized true family chose you back. Professionally, Sadie faced a crossroads. Her firm offered a promotion to San Francisco, a dream opportunity. But it meant uprooting. Jordan, tied to New York clients, hesitated. What about us? Tensions mounted. Arguments over dinner, silences in bed. I supported you through everything, Jordan said, voice cracking. Now it feels like you're running again. Sadie reflected, therapy helping unpack fears. I'm scared of stagnation like back home. Compromise emerged. Remote work for Sadie, Jordan expanding westward. They moved to the Bay Area, a fresh chapter. San Francisco's fog-shrouded hills welcomed them. They bought a Victorian in the Castro, rainbow flags waving like allies. Sadie's new role involved funding queer startups, purpose fueling her. Jordan freelanced, illustrating books on diverse love stories. They volunteered at the LGBT Historical Society, preserving narratives like theirs. Yet, betrayal struck from an unexpected angle. A colleague at Sadie's firm, jealous of her rise, leaked her personal story to a tabloid, framing it as Wall Street's secret drama. Headlines screamed, "From family outcast to finance queen." Privacy shattered, Sadie felt exposed. Jordan raged. Sue them. But Sadie chose grace, issuing a statement. My journey is mine, but if it helps one person, it's worth it. The scandal backfired, garnering support, donations poured in for causes she championed. Healing deepened with Mom's visit. Over tea in their sunlit kitchen, Mom shared. I read your blog. I'm sorry for the pain I caused. Tears flowed, forgiveness a balm. I love you, all of you. Sadie introduced her to the community. Pride parades opening eyes. Mom returned home changed, advocating in her church group. High drama peaked during a national conference where Sadie spoke on financial empowerment for marginalized groups. Midway, protesters stormed in chanting slurs. Security intervened, but Sadie stood firm, microphone in hand. Hate won't silence us. Love persists. The moment went viral, inspiring millions. Jordan, in the audience, beamed with pride. As years passed, they adopted a child. A girl from foster care, Mia, the teen Sadie once mentored, now grown but needing stability. Will you be my mom's? Mia asked shyly. They said yes, family expanding. Challenges arose, navigating biases, school issues, but love prevailed. Back in Peoria for holidays, blended family gathered. Emily's kids played with Luna. Mom shared stories. Dad's photo watched over, a silent blessing. Sadie reflected. From wallet to outcast, to architect of her destiny. In the golden haze of a California sunset, Sadie and Jordan sat on their porch, Mia swinging in the yard, laughter bubbling like a stream. A decade had woven their lives into a rich fabric, trials tempered by triumphs, love the enduring thread. Sadie's career had evolved into authorship, her memoir Beyond the Wallet. A journey to authentic love topping charts, proceeds funding scholarships for queer youth. Jordan's art graced galleries, murals in the Castro depicting stories of resilience. Family ties once frayed mended unevenly. Emily visited often, her children calling Sadie anti-hero. Mom, now in assisted living, FaceTimed weekly. Her faith expanded to include unconditional love. God made you perfect, she'd say, a far cry from old condemnations. The uncle's branch remained distant, but Sadie harbored no bitterness. Boundaries protected peace. Drama lingered in subtle forms. Mia faced bullying at school for having two moms, echoing Sadie's past. They addressed it head-on. Meetings with administrators, empowering talks at home. Your family's your strength, Sadie told her. Mia thrived, joining debate team, her voice strong like her mother's. A poignant twist came when Sadie received a letter from a long-lost cousin, outing herself and seeking advice. Your story saved me. Sadie mentored her. A cycle of healing. Jordan quipped. You're the family wallet again, but for hearts. Romance endured, sparks undimmed. Anniversaries were celebrated with recreations. Central Park picnics via video. Beach walks in Malibu. Still my everything, Jordan whispered during a vow renewal on their 10th year. Ocean waves applauding. The climax of their saga unfolded during a national crisis. A wave of anti-LGBTQ+ legislation sweeping states, including Illinois. Sadie rallied, testifying in Congress. I lost my family once to ignorance. Don't let laws do the same to others. Her words swayed votes, bills defeated. Jordan designed protest posters, their partnership a force. In quieter moments, Sadie pondered the human cost of love's battles. Was it worth it? She'd ask Jordan over wine. Every tear, came the reply. Their story became a beacon. Featured in documentaries, inspiring change. The ending was not fairy tale perfect, but profoundly human. Dad's absence ached eternally, some relatives never reconciled. Yet, in their chosen circle, friends, Mia, extended kin, Sadie found wholeness. Peoria visits blended nostalgia with progress. Church services now inclusive, thanks to Mom's influence. On a cross-country drive echoing their first, they stopped in Chicago. Sadie visited Dad's grave, laying flowers. I forgive you, she whispered. Emily joined, hugging tightly. We're better because of you. Back home, as stars dotted the sky, Sadie held Jordan. From sin to salvation, our way. Mia called them in for dinner, the aroma of apple pie wafting. A nod to roots reclaimed. In America's vast mosaic, their tale stood as testament. Love, though tested by betrayal and drama, could heal, humanize, and endure. Sadie, no longer a wallet but a woman fully alive, embraced the future with open arms.